Previously on Aberrant, Atomic Youth. So this giant robot comes crashing down in the middle of the avenue.
Excuse me, guys. I have a lot of questions, and I kind of need those answers right now. If you could just give me your attention.
They all turn right to you. It's like, oh, it's Liberty Lad.
Hey,
Yeah, I'll just try and take the blue vial from the robot.
Okay, it is under a gigantic metal panel.
Easier option. I could just bolt the robot.
It's probably going to be about a 10-foot blast radius.
Okay, so there's nobody in the area.
Other than you,
Okay.
which you are in that blast radius as it is in fact exploding right now. A sort of a circle of light about 10 feet in diameter opens up, and a very recognizable red-haired young woman steps out as Jennifer Landers Slider says, "Kids, we have it from here. Get back to base."
Slider, I can still help. I mean, we got this.
Pax is coming in. He wants to talk to you.
So before that thing went off, it said you can't stop the future?
And he sort of indicates one of the other baselines comes in. This is Alexander. And he's going to debrief you. I am mainly here to monitor things going on with the aftermath. I also want to introduce you to a new addition to your team. This is Tensor. We are putting them in your class. But yeah, Alexander, why don't you take it from here?
We here at Utopia are strive to make every part of Utopia better, and that includes you.
Yeah, last minute. Anything for me?
No, good luck.
No, sir.
have you ever heard of Balance Industries?
Yeah. I think they work for the military. They're good folks.
Cool, interesting. I'll go check them out. Thanks,
Right,
Pat.
I gotta go punch a tidal wave. They said you guys have a penthouse or a suite or something.
Yeah, make yourself at home.
Yeah, can
You're part of the team now.
show me where that is?
Sure. Also, pizza party? Pizza party? Pizza party? Pizza party?
I like pizza. So you all head back up to your suite near the top of the building. You have Tensor in tow. They are not very talkative. They very much have their nose in their device for a lot, but they will respond if asked questions or engaged with. Pizzas are absolutely brought in, and you guys have a array of soda and pizza and snacks delivered up to your penthouse, so you guys can eat up and take a breather from this morning's activities.
I'm going to send out a tweet to my followers just to say like, hey, there's an accident today. Everyone steer clear of the area, and if you can donate for for the people who are hurt, blah blah blah.
Sure thing. Yeah, it goes out, and like the retweets and the likes and the comments start pouring in.
Circuit, you should try to do something like that too.
Yeah, I'll do that. Actually, she's probably still looking up, seeing what she can get on Balance Industry.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, go ahead and give me technology and intellect roll.
Okay. Technology and intellect. 5. Very loud
Oh,
dice.
cool. The circuits on your shoulders look awesome.
I know, they're so cool. All right, I've got 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, basically what you're able to find on them is they are, an American corporation that works with the US military a lot, developing mostly energy technology, but also robotics. And they have some ties to Utopia and the Aeon Society, but mostly they're, a corporation that works for the US military is their byline. Nothing jumps out at you from like as far as shady activity. They seem to be pretty above the board. But who knows what secrets lies in the heart of corporate America.
Noted. I will go ahead and retweet Liberty Lad's tweet with the GoFundMe for the people in need. And then I'm going to try and see if anybody else uses "You can't stop the future" as part of their little catchphrase, since that's what the drone said before it exploded.
Okay. All right. Before we get to that, is anyone else doing anything while she's tapping away?
What is Tensor reading?
Tensor is. Do you ask them?
Yeah.
They kind of scroll a little bit, and then like they sort of paw at their device and make a throwing up in the air motion, and it begins to project the contents of their device, and it is. You know the memes when like advanced calculations just start to like go over someone's head. It is that. It is like high level quantum physics calculations, and like data data aggregate graphs from experimental data. Like just going over my latest project.
Oh,
Wow. I don't want to bother you, but if you ever want to talk about it, let me know. This is pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about it whenever you want. I mean, I really don't want to be like condescending at all, but I mean, it's really complicated.
No, I'm sure I would probably understand maybe every other word, but if it's something you're interested in, I'm sure you'd like to talk about it.
I mean, yeah, I can go into it. Like mostly what I do is um I make portals, but they're very, very small. Like you can't go through them. It's more like atomic level stuff. So they've got me working on, particle accelerators and that sort of thing. But really, my passion project is I'm trying to break the subquantum limit.
huh.
And what would that do?
Well, we can't, so I want to.
Are your portals big enough to put like a radio signal through?
Yeah, I could do a EM radiation. Yeah,
That could still be useful.
yeah. I mean, it trust me, I get paid the big bucks, so I don't mind using it. It's just I'm a tech nerd. Like I don't know if I'm a tech nerd. I'm just a science nerd.
I'll pull
You could be fine here.
Nisha over by like her good shoulder and just sort of set her down next to Tensor. There you go.
Hey, I have a question. If you opened a portal into, say, a company's headquarters, like by their mainframe, would you be able to send a signal that way so we could get in close to something?
Are you
Yeah,
planning?
sure. I could do something like that. I could.
Interesting. What do you think about that, Circuit? That's kind of cool.
I'm not saying that it's not cool. I'm very interested. She's like actively trying to split her focus between using Spark and looking at the algorithm that she has put up, and I'm like, or they've put up.
And it's also breaking and entering, Tony.
Yeah, I was about to say, are we planning corporate espionage over pizza?
We're
Because
not breaking into anything. We just opened a portal. Nothing of ours is going in there.
Tony.
They perk up and they say that is absolutely industrial espionage.
But what
Thank-
if it's in the pursuit
thank
of
you.
stopping someone who hurt our friends?
Who hurt your friends?
Did you not know what happened? You were there in the room when we were talking about that incident.
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, that's a bummer. You could probably look on your phone what's going on.
That's legit.
Big robot?
We don't know if the person who was controlling the robot that Circuit found out about was from beyond or not. So, no, we ain't got no probable cause.
Yet.
Okay. Well, Circuit, if anything happens, just let us know then.
Yeah. I can't.
If you want to make a culture roll to see if you can find any information on that phrase.
Sure. Is that culture intelligence or
Yeah, I can do intelligence.
Wait, what phrase?
you can't stop the
Oh,
future.
can't stop the future. Gotcha.
Yep. 5, and then I have mega int. Just
Okay.
putting it out there.
How many dots of mega int do you have?
1.
Okay.
I just don't see why the company would ruin their own equipment to steal something they already own.
I don't think the company did it. I think that they might have been doing something that maybe pissed someone else off. Maybe a former employee.
So you just want to know what the blue vial is.
There's a lot of things I want to know. But yeah, that'd be one of them.
Okay.
I mean, I want to know too, but
6 successes.
6 successes. Okay. You zero in. You look for that. That phrase is common amongst sort of hacker circles that tend to gravitate in the wake of Terrigen members. Particularly Synapse is one of the more notable computer literate of the Terrigen, and his hangers-on and followers tend to spout that kind of like transhumanist and future centric terminology.
She has this gleeful laugh. She's like, I knew it. I freaking knew it was you. All right.
Nisha?
Sorry. It's a phrase that some Terrigen hacker wannabes, especially those who are fixated on Synapse, and Synapse tend to use. So I freaking called it. I thought that's who it was.
So probably not a disgruntled employee then.
No.
I'm glad you're excited. What do we do with that?
Possible future nemesis?
Don't sound excited about that.
What we do with it is we try to find out more about Synapse then.
Actually,
or someone, maybe it's a copycat. I don't know. I'm just gonna have some pizza.
It's probably
No.
if it's not them, it's some of their hacker friends. So let me just reach out to Spoiler and see what I can find there.
You clearly wanted the object.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's some sort of connection. I just don't know what. But if you know the right people to talk to, maybe we'll figure out more.
Tensor, do you have any friends? You said you were also like a computer nerd. Do you have any friends as well who are?
No, I'm not. I don't do hacking stuff. I do real science.
Okay, noted. Also, your equation has a mistake right there on the 4th line. I'm going to reach out to my friends.
They just sort of like pull down the little bit of the line and say like, it's not as efficient as it could be, and they correct it. So you're reaching out to your friends?
Yep.
What exactly are you?
I've got the. Well, I was gonna see with if the hacker group Spoiler, her tech friends
Sure.
from my background,
Mhm.
if they know who have more information on like Synapse's little hacker wannabe group.
Sure. Yeah. So that's going to be a path roll.
Okay.
Go ahead, and it's going to be your path dot plus let's go with a social attribute.
Social attribute. Well, those are all 2. So, presence.
Sure.
I guess. This is not my wheelhouse.
Has anyone else taking care of anything while she's continuing to surf the opnet?
I think Waterlily or Virginia's gone to her room to get a book on first aid or like medical text, and come out and just sit in the room and listen to the rest of them scheme.
Gotcha.
Am I able to use my a contact from my military background to see if they know anything about, if they can give me anything that's off the books or that not
Sure.
public knowledge about.
Yeah, that would also be a path roll. You would roll your path dot in military brat and a social attribute.
I don't want to say presence all the time because it's my highest stat, but would you think it would be manipulation maybe, since it'd be top secret?
Yeah, sure. If you
Yep.
want to
Cool,
be a
let's do
bit more
that.
cagey about it.
Yeah. And difficulty you said is 7? It's always
Yeah,
7. Why do I keep asking?
seven target number.
Hell yeah, I got a exploding 10. 3, or sorry, yeah, 3.
3 successes. Levon, are you going to be up to anything?
No, I think I'm just gonna be sitting with Tensor and just trying to like converse with them, make them feel like welcome, but not like, I don't know. I want to do the thing where I'm sort of, I exist near them, but I'm not putting a lot of pressure on them.
Cool.
Vibing, as the kids would say.
All
Sure.
right. Nisha, how many successes did you get?
2.
2. Okay. And sorry, Anthony, how many did you get?
3.
3. Yeah, Anthony, you hear back. I'm assuming you're asking about Balance Industries.
Yeah. Specifically their military contracts.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you send out a message to your old military contacts, and they tell you that based off what they know, and they say they're going to be digging into this for you, but based off what they know, Balance Industries is actually a pretty above the board company. They do solid work for mid-level bids, and your contact has never heard anything shady happening to them
Right.
regarding them, but that he's absolutely on it and will continue to dig to see if he can find anything.
I guess I would ask him specifically, the stuff he'd go after is any sort of break-ins they've had, whether it's electronically or any sort of corporate espionage or any sort of disgruntled employees. Basically, if anyone tried to hack the Gibson.
Gotcha. Yeah, your contact basically says, yeah, he'll look into that. They're
Yeah.
military contract companies, so they have pretty good security, and they don't advertise very much in terms of like public stuff. But he is on that. Anisha, you get back from your hacker group, your hacker contact, like a pretty big like wall of emojis like expressing concern. Are you sure you want to do this? That's the big leagues. You kind of don't mess with that guy. Did he mess with you? Like why are you sticking your head in the lion's mouth?
Necessarily trying to go after him yet, but somebody very much inspired by him is apparently responsible for or had an impact with what happened on 57th Street today.
Yeah, they
Plausible deniability, but
they message you back and say that they will support you in doing what you want to do, but they are not willing to take the lead on going up against Synapse or anything connected to Synapse.
got it. Okay. Oh, that'll just be a personal project.
Yeah, Levon, you have a pretty chill conversation with Tensor. They don't seem to like they're not super like when you're on the topics that they're interested in, they don't clam up. They're actually pretty loquacious about it. But they are talking what appears to be nonsense to you. Like once you get like past like a certain level of like basic scientific comprehension, they're talking about deep quantum physics problems that they apparently wrestle with on a daily basis. And unless you have a background in that sort of thing, it is almost an alien language.
Yeah, I know sort of the basics that everybody gets a crash course in, so like they know how to use their powers. But beyond that, no, I'm pretty lost.
Yeah, and the one thing that they do kind of come back to pretty regularly is this notion of the subquantum limit. Like, you know, back before novas were a thing, you know, string theory was the biggest running thing, and for like the handful of novas that really deal with this sort of thing, like no one seems to be able to go beyond like protons, neutrons, electrons. There is actually a limit on how small quantum perception and powers can go. And that seems to be like the most frustrating thing in the world to them.
Gotcha. I mean, like, is it do you just like run into like the, and I'm being metaphorical here, do you run into a wall, or is it like no matter how much juice you put in, you just can't get past?
Just can't get past it when you try and go like beneath the basic, like, you know, we can touch bosons from time to time, but it's really hard. Like once you get beyond that like atomic level, it just seems like it's like oil and water. It just slips right off. Like you can't really see anything. Like I can narrow my perceptions down really, really small. Like I can see atoms, I can see molecules, I can see, you know, the spins of electrons, but try and get any further beyond that, and it's just like it's nothing there. And we know from theoretical physics that there's got to be something underneath the hood, as it were. But it's like it's almost insulting, you know? Like we're novas. We should be able to crack open reality and play it with it like Play-Doh. And I don't know. There's got to be a way.
I mean,
Yeah, there probably is. Just gotta
it would
keep
be
looking
much
for it.
fun if it was easy.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
I mean, I'm all for a challenge, but you know, this is bordering on ridiculous.
Well, do you maybe want a second pair of eyes on that?
Sure. Yeah. Take a shot.
Hmm. So all of that's all related to your formula that you have up here, right?
Yeah, that's the main formula that I've got going on.
Okay.
Like, and it's like I said, it's like walls upon walls of holographic quantum mechanics nonsense.
Okay. I do have. I don't think weak spots would apply in this case, but I do have lightning calculator.
Weak spot of reality.
Yeah.
Weak spot of your formula. No,
Can you divide by 0?
I want to try dividing by 0. Oh, hey,
Y'all
get
ever
to
seen
me. I have
Akira?
scientific method. Remind
Sure.
myself.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely going to be a science roll.
Yeah. Science intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see my eyebrows raised with that. Damn.
Hmm.
Oh well. Woo, 7 dice.
We can hear your eyebrows raise.
I'll
Excellent.
do it for you.
All right, 7 and the mega int. You were close to being a 10. 1, 2. 1 exploded. I have 2 successes.
Yeah, you start
Probably not
trying to
one.
parse through their work, and you know, you definitely have a better idea of the basics of what's going on in this sort of equation in this project file.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. When I activated scientific method, I have 3 more dice to roll real fast. I'm so
roll
sorry.
those dice.
Yep.
My bad. Do I get anything? Oh, I got 2 more successes. So
Oh
that's
boy.
5?
Yeah,
4.
5 successes.
5. Okay.
Yeah, so you absolutely understand what they're getting on about. Like once you start poring over the data and seeing like the experimentation, you see what they're talking about. And there's all these years of like theoretical physics about what's going on in the subquantum level that that baselines have been doing for years and years and years. And when you see that even on a purely like scientific mathematical level, there's no reason why novas who are vastly more intelligent and more capable and like literally have their fingers on the pulses of the fundamental forces of reality, there's no reason why they really shouldn't be able to do this sort of thing. But based on the experimental data, it seems to be impossible to break that barrier. And nothing, even from even your even on that roll, nothing jumps out at you as a solution.
Ugh. Okay. All right.
And they're
Now
just
I
like,
understand your frustration.
yeah, see, it's fucked up, is what it is. I am personally insulted by reality.
All right. This requires more pizza.
Are we all?
Oh, Anthony, when you're done with what you're working on, if you have a second, can I talk to you?
Sure. What can I do for you?
If you don't mind, like, can we talk in private for a second?
Sure. I'll come with you.
Okay. And we'll basically, stand up and step out to a more private space than the main area. You, after everything we had happen today, cycled back on the reporter. Are you okay?
Here's the thing. I'm prepared for all sorts of big scary adventures. But I need to be prepared if someone's going to come at me like a sneak attack. Do you understand? And that's a failure on on Project Utopia for not letting us know about this reporter Israel.
I mean, yes, it was an uncomfortable interview, but we have hard questions we need to face. I don't think we can always be prepared for them.
I can be prepared for hard questions. I just want to know that they're coming. I want to know if there's a difference between it's a puff piece or if it's some sort of, investigative, 60 whatever thing. You know what I mean?
I do. It got under your skin, so I'm checking in on you.
The reason it got under my skin is because we had someone from corporate telling us what we were doing wrong when they did something massively wrong. So just, it's a two-way street for them and for us.
Got it. So you were cycling back on him in regards to critiques.
Yes, and another reason is because he was kind of, pointing stuff out about us, which, wasn't really our fault. And so I pointed something back at him that was their fault. And that's how I was trying to keep this team together, because I'm not going to let an outside force try to tear us apart, or even that just chip away at us. Someone who has never worked a real job in their entire life, And so if we have criticisms and constructive criticisms for each other, I'm happy to dole those out, and we can make it useful and effective. But I'm not going to have an outsider try to tell me, piss in my pocket and tell me that it's raining.
Okay. All right. I will cede that I appreciate your defense of us. I do think Alexander's just trying to help us do better in the future, but
Oh no, I think he is too.
definitely
There's
appreciate it.
someone in the corporation that is messed up, and he needs to deal with them and not with us.
Okay. Well, thank you for explaining. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for your time and thanks for everything you're doing.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. We're in the house. You can take a deep breath if you want. You don't have to be You don't have to be on right now if you don't want to.
Lily, being a superhero is a 24-hour job, okay?
That's how burnout happens.
I'm fine. I'm having fun.
Okay. All right. Sure.
And
I
also, if
appreciate it.
I want to investigate something, you should really let me do that. Just because, we're trying to stop people that have hurt other people.
Okay, fine. I understand. I'm just very concerned about us getting into a place where we get critiqued more.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll keep a lookout. Anything else I can do for you?
No, sorry.
No?
I-
Cool. See ya.
Yep.
Walk, 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 walk away.
Yep. And we'll watch him go for a second and then shake her head and go back to her book.
You guys are out. You're having your pizza. You're all like you've come back into the room after Virginia and Anthony, and there's a literally a ding dong like doorbell sound coming from your front door.
Check the camera. Who is it?
It's Alexander.
More
It's
people?
Alexander.
Oh, okay then.
I guess we should get that.
I'll get it. And we'll go answer the door.
So you open the door and he's there, and he doesn't have as much paperwork on him, but he's still in the same suit. Obviously, it's only been maybe an hour or two since you guys talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, Virginia, hello. Is it okay if I come in?"
Sure, we're still just decompressing. Come on.
Oh, good. I do apologize. And he comes in the room and he looks at all of you that are sort of around the central. He's like, I'm glad you're all together. I do apologize for interrupting your downtime, as it were. I know rest is very important. Um, However, this is been brought to my attention now that more of the reports have come in, and I've had a little bit more time to dig into them. Something that we have to absolutely address, and I do not have the terrible specifics, but there are complaints that have been filed formally about undue mental influence over bystanders at the scene. And I want to address that while I understand when uh, situations are quite dangerous, that you are in your full right to use your capabilities as best as you see fit for the protection and safety of others, that anything beyond that is deeply frowned upon and potentially illegal if certain senators or other legislation would like to outlaw. So please be very careful in the future about when and where you use your uh, capabilities. That won't look good on us or anyone, really.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We're still the new kids on the block, so to speak. So yeah, we'll work on that. Terribly sorry for that trouble.
Well, please be mindful. And he actually turns to Anthony and looks at him. He's like, please be mindful about all of this. I know everyone is attempting to do their best. It's just depending on, and I do hate to bring this up, depending on who you do it to could have larger and larger consequences for Utopia. There are many people that would like to see Utopia no more. And I know I and others know how much damage that could do to everything if that were to happen.
I think a good way to spin this is that you could try to find out the reason why maybe Synapse might have something to do with this whole hacking thing. You-
I was unaware of that. But granted, this is not criminal investigation is not my forte.
Yes, but it's also things that we can release to the press so that we look good. because they know how much of a good job we're doing.
He sort of pulls out his own phone and makes a couple taps of, and he's like, "I will definitely put this in the proper ears in order for something to move forward. I do appreciate this.
Cool. And I appreciate you stopping by, Alexander. I'll do better in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Do you want a beer? Just kidding. Ha.
I would. Hopefully, this will be the last time I have to stop by for a while. So have a good evening and rest up.
That'd be great. Take care.
You too.
And he leaves.
And I lock the door behind him.
What was that?
What was what?
I didn't use anything on anybody. I made sure not to.
Oh, that's all right. I did.
Oh.
I mean, you were trying to get him to leave, right?
No, that's how you got the Balance
You can
Industries,
say,
right?
you can say it, Circuit. That's
That's how
exactly
you-
what happened. That's now we know what's now we know more of what's happening behind this. Behind something that actually hurt people, that hurt our friends. So we
So
can make
wait.
sure it never happens again.
They weren't willing to tell you who they worked for? Like,
No. Can you believe that?
all right, now that is weird.
Okay. All right. Well. Now you have your information, and hopefully Alexander's got it under control. So let's figure it out.
Yep. Oh.
But my ass would have been grass.
Kind of weird that I can, blow up half a city block and it's all good, but y'all use your powers and they get extra touchy.
I mean, like I was telling the reporter, free will is built into human nature. We don't like having anything disrupt that. We abhor slavery. We abhor tyrants and taskmasters. So somebody literally telling you what to do is offensive. I get that. It's just a matter of, do I want to be considered criminal for that behavior when I'm trying to do good? That's the real problem. So I'm trying to avoid that. And it's going to be a complicated line for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's true. It's just, again, if I decide to knock a building down, then that's a bad thing. But if there's a giant robot tearing it down and I beat the crap out of the robot and cause some property damage in surrounding areas, I'm not exactly taken to task for it. So I don't know. It's just funny. Yeah, because I mean, I can intimidate anybody. I can walk up to somebody and crush a marble statue to powder and say, "Tell me everything that I need to know." And I'm not mind controlling them. They have the ability to say no, but I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just charm. Charm is a way of getting the answer yes without asking a clear question.
I appreciate it, Levon. Thank you.
So as you guys are kind of winding down, you are everyone's kind of going off to their own areas, getting ready for bed, and then all at once there's an alert that comes out over all you guys' phones about something going down on the other side of Central Park from where you guys are, and you start getting like these strange feeds of surveillance data or like recording data that just seems to get like pushed out on a wide band, and you see this image of rows upon rows of cages with animals inside of them that have strange, like cybernetic, like kind of steampunky implants in them. And they're all just sort of they're all sitting like stock perfectly still. And it's clear that they're all alive, but like they're being like rigidly put into place. And then there's other reports coming out about a disturbance at a concert near in Central Park, and there's like feeds of a few what like obviously a couple of Novas fighting on a stage, and there's like Project Utopia forces have been called to deal with the situation, possible Terrigen involvement. And that all just sort of like blasts out over all of your devices in the course of about 5 minutes.
Yeah, like even if you turn the TV on or use an electronic device that normally wouldn't have something like this on it, has it on it. Like there's something obviously extra natural going on.
What is it with this day?
I want to know where these signals are coming from.
You can do you quickly search, and it looks like they're coming out of Sovereign's feed.
Oh,
Is there any relation with these things to Project Utopia?
Nothing coming out on the data that's coming out right now.
Oh, thank goodness.
But Levon, as you're watching this, you see one of the Novas that's on the stage that's like having like an argument / fight. You recognize Jane, and she looks very different from the last time you saw her.
Sovereign. I know that name. Okay.
What's Sovereign's fame rating? Or are we allowed to know that?
That's pretty high.
It's pretty high, right?
Yeah.
Is it higher than mine?
Yeah.
It's pretty up there. That's all I'll say.
Oh, look at that. Terrigen. Well, looks like they won't be worrying about us for the time being.
I suppose, but I know that girl.
oh,
You do? Which one?
I'll point to Fawn. Yeah, we met. She's
She looks familiar.
different now, but yeah, I recognize her.
small world.
Yeah.
Horns.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are new.
Yeah. As you guys are watching this, you guys see some weird light or something coming off like that because it's all on Fawn right now. Some weird light or something off in the distance, and the light in the video that you're watching corresponds with light coming outside your window as a large metallic object goes through the sky with like fireworks and stuff coming off of it as it goes off into the distance.
It's going towards them or away from
No,
them?
away, like
Okay.
a small rocket has gone away from them.
All right, what the actual hell?
Wow. You guys want to check it out?
Yes. Why?
All right, who wants a ride?
Yes, please.
Let's go.
Okay.
Hence, are you coming or you want to stay here?
You said Tensor or
I am
Anthony?
absolutely not going out to deal with any of that nonsense.
All right,
Understood.
Have fun.
keep your comms open.
All right. I'll give
Sure, if
Circuit
you
a ride
need
then.
any atoms smashed.
Will do.
Not off the table ever.
I don't think anyone in that team is named Adam, but I'll let you know.
So yeah, you guys are able to mobilize pretty quickly, and you guys head down to. It looks like this is sort of centered on the Tavern in the Green restaurant. By the time you all get there, it looks like whatever happens has wrapped up, and the disturbance has been quelled for the most part. There is some animals, some cybernetically enhanced animals that are sort of on the loose in Central Park. But it definitely looks like NYPD and some other special forces are kind of on that. There's a lot of security here. You see a lot of Project Utopia and Aeon Society insignias on the people who have clearly taken control of the situation. There seems to be a woman who is sort of barking orders, taking charge of things. By the time you guys show up, and she sort of scans over and looks at all of you and say like, "Oh, great, more Kid Novas. We didn't ask for help. We have this under control."
We all got pings.
Yeah, there were some rogue signals sent out by another Nova.
Oh, well, I guess if you don't need us, we'll just make our way back then.
Who are the animals?
They're being rounded up.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Question: would calm and composure work on animals too, or just people?
It might be a little bit more difficult, just specifically because there is powers that allow you to control animals. But I would say that it would be applicable, but not as it would be more difficult to use it on animals.
Okay. I think like low key, she's sort of just again trying to lower the chaos rating. So she might try it. Yeah.
I mean, things are pretty in control where you guys
Okay.
are right now.
Yeah.
So
It
the
seems like
animals aren't doing the running around.
they are apparently they are, but they're like out in Central Park.
Oh God. Okay, never mind. Jesus.
Do any of the animals, the cybernetics, say Balance Industries, or have any identifying marks
You
on
don't see any animals right now.
Oh, okay.
Like you would have to go.
If I
into
did see any, no, I'm just kidding.
I mean, if you want to take off and go look for some animals, you can absolutely do that.
Do we have time?
We can narrate.
I'm sorry, I was teasing.
No problem. But yeah, this woman says she like sees that you guys are all keen tomorrow, and she says, if you guys want to hang out, maybe something will go wrong that we'll need help with, but we pretty much have this in control. And she pulls out a business card and like just sort of holds it out for someone to take it.
I'll
take
nudge
it.
Circuit.
Yeah, so like Circuit or Liberty Lab, one of you two take it, and it says Abigail Larson, and it says she has a sort of a title with the Aeon Society, which is the organization behind Project Utopia.
Oh, okay. Kind of nods and
What does it say her title is? Or is she just like a corporate fixer?
Yeah, it's very much
real
like
life?
her title probably changes every week.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing. But she's clearly like a person who takes care of problems.
She's the wolf.
He says, yeah, we're not sure exactly what happened or who was behind this. We suspect it might have been Terrigen involvement, but there's a lot of unknowns. It got real chaotic real quick. We don't even know how they got in.
the Novas or the animals?
The Novas. The animals were part of the whatever was the exposition that was happening.
Someone was exhibiting altered animals?
Yeah, it was some artist duo that were performing. They were helping us exhibit some new technology, mostly pretty tame stuff. From what I understand, this was their big showstopper thing was these animals that they had altered. It was cleared with Science and Technology Division, but yeah, I don't know what set them off. It was crazy.
Huh.
Okay. And you said that there was rogue signal. Somebody is or has an emitter.
We don't know for certain. That's one of the big unanswered questions. She actually turns to Circuit. Do you actually think you might be able to track that signal down?
Yeah, actually, I can tell you exactly who was sending that out.
Okay,
It
great.
was Sovereign.
The influencer?
Yeah. She was the one who was pinging everybody and sending out all the video for everybody in the area.
I do not get paid enough for this. All right. Thank you for your input. Unless you guys want to go help run down animals, we're going to wrap things up here.
Levon, while you're kind of just hanging out in the back and they're all talking, you happen to see on one of the tables was like a very fancy brochure of tonight's sort of concert and exhibition, presented by the main act, Aetherwave, and you see very hastily on the brochure what's it called, the act that goes before the main one.
The opening act.
Yeah, the people opening for it is it was hastily changed. Like these are very fancy. These were probably printed up well ahead of time, and somebody hastily changed them, and it says Rant in very fancy letters.
I'll try to pick up that brochure.
You do?
And stuff it into a pocket.
Done.
Yeah, y'all, looks like they got everything under control here. Let's head on back to the ranch and see if there's any pizza left.
Sounds good. Good luck. And she'll turn and head
Thanks.
back.
We'll get it taken care of.
Mhm.
So you guys
Okay.
head back to your penthouse?
Yep.
Once we land at the penthouse, I'll pull out my the brochure and pass it around.
Actually, it's more like a playbill, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Is that Rant's autograph?
You know this guy?
I mean, he's a popular musician. If you like punk music,
He's trouble in a
That's
very
so old.
in a very specific way.
And that was
Holy-
probably not his handwriting. It was probably somebody else's. It's too fancy.
It's like a sticker that got put over
Yeah,
the brochure.
oh, okay, never
Yeah, if you
mind.
see like a understudy go in on a Broadway show, they just put a little piece of paper inside the thing.
Yep.
Oh,
Or something like that.
okay.
Yeah, some notification that the opener was not the original opener was not planned. Was not going to be performing.
Oh, okay. So they had a last minute act change.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check social media for anything that is there anyone said anything about this event. That had this influence.
I'm gonna check Sovereign's social.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see there's definitely a lot of social media buzz about like there's a big uproar about like animal experimentation and why was this a Project Utopia event? What was happening to these animals? It seems like
Oh boy.
a lot of targeted social media apps like push the outrage button pretty hard on this. So the internet is just like the opnet is just like up in arms about like what happened to these animals, why are they like this. A lot of questions are being asked, and like and a lot of like dirt is getting thrown Utopia's way because of it.
Yeah, like what were they hiding? Why was this
Yeah.
a private event?
I'm
Who was
gonna-
Aetherwave? That kind of stuff.
Forward this. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, you go.
I'm just gonna forward some of this to Alexander to get to the right people to negotiate to fix social media, but they're not talking about Team Tomorrow, so that's fine.
Oh yeah, and when you check Sovereign's feed, there's like a bunch of like TikToks and selfies at like this like apparently pretty kicking nightclub that has like an Art Deco vibe to it.
Okay.
Can I? Well, I guess maybe this will be for I send this out, but for later to find out. But like, I'll see if I can ask anyone in Project Utopia about what was this stuff going on? This animal. Who's behind this stuff? Huh? Who approved this?
Yeah, you can certainly.
And you can give me
put
that
the fe-
information next time.
Yeah, we'll put the feelers out on that one next time.
Cool.
Mhm.
All right. Well, it seems like it's getting close to midnight. Does anyone have anything else that they want to wrap up or look into before we wrap up?
I think Lily's going to do a lookup on Rant just to confirm visually that it's the same guy that she dealt with in the past.
Yeah, you're able to confirm that from a lot of the images from the thing. You actually find a clip of him on stage getting blasted by one of these like steampunky dudes, and you
Wow.
absolutely recognize him.
Okay, well, fun. Okay, and she'll leave that be for tonight because there's nothing else to do with it.
All right, anything else?
I'll compare my social media followers with Sovereign's, and then that's it for me.
It's pretty close.
Oh.
Anything
What
else?
is this? I want to start on my personal get more information about this Synapse guy person thing, but that's about it.
Okay, you can start putting the web crawler out for that. Levon, anything from you?
No, not. I'm gonna be messaging Fawn, but that won't be like. That's not something I'm gonna resolve in game. So
Sure, no problem. And that's where we'll end it this week. Tune in next time to see where things go from here on Aberrant Atomic Youth. Don't forget to follow the characters on Twitter to see more of the story, and follow Simulacra RPGs for updates on the show and the channel. If you'd like to support the show, you can subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels at Simulacra TV, but the best way is to go to patreon.com/Simulacra Studios and become a patron. A big thanks to our $5 and up patrons. You keep the story going, and we couldn't do it without you. Until next time, remember, your legacy is our future.